subscribe? Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
We are fighting hard to get birthright citizenship or automatic citizenship for the children of illegal aliens. That's another way. It's automatic citizenship for children of illegal aliens. That's the other term that they use, which is actually more accurate, more understandable. And it's ridiculous. We're the only country that has it, and certainly the only country that has it to that extent. And it wasn't meant, if you look, it was really meant for children of slaves. This is when it happened. The children of slaves, it was not meant for everyone to come into our country by airplane or charging across the borders from all over the world and think they're going to become citizens. It's not meant for that. It wasn't meant for that. And hopefully at some point the courts will understand that without having to go through a whole big deal. This was meant for the children of slaves. And look at the timing of it and you'll see. And I hope judges will understand that. And it has to stop because it's really hurting our country very bad.
All right, I'm in here. I'm in here, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? I'm in here. What's going on? It is Tariq in the building. Glad to have everybody in here. What's going on with you guys? If you guys can hear me, give me a nice thumbs up. That would be great. If you guys can hear me, ladies and gentlemen. And before we get started, let me give some shout outs to some of the regulars real quick. Let's get that popping because we do have a lot to discuss. We're going to get the calls and all that. And I see Brother Maroc. I see Sweets. I see Tia. I see Sexy D. I see Highlander. I see Randy. I see Lawazi. I see Sir Mike. I see Juicy, the lovely Juicy Genius. Great Black Shark in the building. Shout out to you all, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stuff we're going to talk about tonight, family. Glad to have y'all in here. Now listen, what's up, Seven? I see Seven down there. I see you, player. So, we almost got 500 people in the first 30 seconds. Love it. So it's going to be a banger tonight. Oh, man. So Trump, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, Trump did a speech. I don't know where he was when he did this speech. He did a speech talking about the 14th Amendment, and Trump, he said the 14th Amendment, it wasn't meant for people to just come over here and just have babies and, anchor babies. The 14th Amendment was meant for the children of slaves. And Trump has always said things like, America was built by Black Americans. He said this several times, actually. The Democrats, they've never said this stuff. They never said this. They do the benign neglect thing with us. So Trump is giving the props to the lineage. He's talking and making a lot of sense. And Trump is absolutely right. When we talk about the 14th Amendment was meant for foundational Black Americans. That's what it was designed for, and Trump laid that out. So a lot of the Democrats, they don't know what to do. The Democrats are confused now. They don't know what to do because you can't disagree with that. You understand? The Democrats cannot disagree with that. It's going to look bad if they go out here and try to disagree with that. So what are they going to do? So I put up a video. I put up a tweet and a video about Trump saying this, and that kind of went viral. It's people are talking about it on other entertainment sites. I know Hollywood Unlocked has a story about just my tweet. And it's very interesting, some of the reactions, especially from the tether class. Let's be real. And we hear a lot of them talking about it's divide and conquer. But listen, this whole thing with Trump making that statement, man, family, as foundational Black Americans, see, that statement and just that narrative, we have to understand how beneficial that can be to us. See, we have to take these Easter eggs and run with it. These things are very beneficial when you have a president make statements like that are very positive to us, we have to take advantage of that. And we got to understand how politically beneficial this can be, you see, because when you have a president acknowledging what this thing was designed for, we can further acknowledge the unique struggles of foundational Black Americans. See, by framing that the 14th Amendment is specifically designed for the children of enslaved, that statement, it highlights the unique historical injustices faced by foundational Black Americans, and it recognizes our constitutional protections as distinct from other groups. You understand? We got to understand that these laws are like we have a constitutional relationship with this country. You see? Also, what this does, see that statement, it shifts focus back to foundational Black American lineage-based policies. You see? That argument creates a foundation for lineage-based reparations, affirmative policies that's targeting us specifically rather than immigrant groups and minorities in a broad sweep. See, that emphasizes the distinction between foundational Black Americans and other marginalized groups. On my broadcast Sunday, I talked about how Trump, what it looks like, and which is a good thing, when Trump is knocking out all of these DEI programs, it seems like Trump is kind of giving us an alley-oop. He's separating us from those exploitive DEI programs. That's why we shouldn't be kicking and screaming over these DEI programs getting tossed out. This is working for us. I'm telling y'all, this thing is working out. When he's kicking these policies out, but he's giving specific recognition to our lineage, that's a good damn thing. That's what we want. We want that. You understand? Also, what that does when he makes that statement, that challenges a lot of immigration as a competing policy priority. See, when it comes to us with the Democrats, we up here like, hey, what about us, man? We, foundational Black Americans, we need stuff. No, no, immigration, immigration, immigration. They prioritize everybody over us, especially immigrants. So with this, that takes that priority right off them. That draws attention away from those immigration policies that were used to specifically overshadow foundational Black Americans and dilute our specific needs. You see? So this is going to be, we can use this as a political reassessment of priorities to address the injustices that happens to us. We have to use all of this stuff to our advantage, man. And what it does, which is what we really want, this undermines these broad minority coalitions that don't work. Black family, I want y'all to understand, we need to get off that minority coalition shit because it ain't none. You understand? And that statement that Trump made, that could foster more discussions about how foundational Black Americans are always grouped under a broad minority category, which dilutes us. It doesn't strengthen us, guys. That has always, 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 always diluted us. The minute people start saying Black and brown, when have we ever gotten any strength from that? We just got to be very realistic. We got to think like chess players. What moves are working? What moves are not working? If we keep getting checkmated, that means a certain move we're doing ain't working. We got to start playing chess out here. If every time we do something and we keep getting checkmated by all of these different groups, that means some shit ain't working on the chessboard. We're making a move we shouldn't be making. And one move we keep making that we keep running into a checkmate in is the broad minority coalition. Family, this shit don't work. Don't nobody want no coalition with us unless they can exploit us and get something out of it. It's been one-sided all along. That's just the long and short of it. You see? And there's nothing wrong with pointing out the obvious. Now, family, again, when I'm looking at some of the comments, some of the Democratic shills, they can't really deny what he's saying is the truth. So what they're trying to do now, they're trying to frame the narrative as, oh, well, Trump is trying to do divide and conquer. Oh, he's trying to pit foundational Black Americans and everybody else. Black folks need to be together. We all in this together. Go to hell with that. Let's stop that, because this is all about us acknowledging our lineage, ladies and gentlemen. We're just acknowledging our lineage. We have a unique lineage just like everybody else. We are not immigrants. We are not comparable to immigrants. Everybody keeps trying to put us in that immigrant bag. That's the thing that pisses a lot of people off. Because, see, a lot of people are used to the racial hierarchy, family. A lot of people are used to being the buffer class for white supremacy and us being on the very bottom. Now that these other groups are being targeted and being prioritized for some of the janky stuff that they've been doing, some of the illegal stuff that they've been doing, now that they're being prioritized and not us, notice why there's a desperate need to drag us into this stuff. You notice everything is all about dragging us into it. They got protests. Hey, black people, come on out with us. Come on, black people, we need you. We help you back in the day. Now you need us, which is cap, all cap. But everything circles back to dragging us into their mix. And that's so that we can get targeted. You understand? I always tell people that. Even with that whole Palestine Israel thing, they kept trying to drag us into that so that we can be targeted. And some of the dumb black folks who jumped out there trying to speak on either side, they ended up getting targeted. Some black folks losing their jobs. Like, no, man, let's stop sacrificing ourselves over some shit where people don't give a damn about us. There was a few teachers and professors who spoke on that Israel Palestine thing, and then they all flipped and then end up firing them. That's why we stay out of it, because that's what people want us to do. They want us to get in the mix so that we can be the target. That's why people are pissed off that we're sitting around just chilling, minding our FBA business when all of this stuff is going down. Everybody's over here looking at us like, hey, you're not going to come help us? No, that's you. I'm good. Handle your business. No, we're not putting the cape on for nobody. We are chilling. We are Bennett, and we're just not in it. That's what it is. Yeah. But all of this divide and conquer stuff, that's all cap. There's no divide and conquer because all of these other groups, they ain't really been rocking with us. They have not been rocking with us, and that's the reality. Not only have they not been, I'm talking about as a group. Now, you might have some cool people individually, which we do. You know, I know a lot of Caribbeans and African people and some Hispanics individually who are cool, but as a collective, collectively, these groups ain't rocking with us. So there's no divide and conquer because we have to be equally standing with each other before there's a divide. You see? And we got to understand why historically a lot of these groups they've been against us. One reason is because of economic competition and jealousy. A lot of these immigrant groups they've been given access to resources and opportunities that were fought for initially by foundational Black Americans, especially through the civil rights movement. And instead of recognizing these gains as a collective win, some of these groups they see us as competitors for jobs, housing, influence. So they cobble together with the white supremacists against us on the slick. Let's be real. Let's be real. They don't look at all of these gains as a collective win. It's like, hey, thanks, Negroes. And then they buddy up with the whites against us. Yeah. And another reason why they've been against us is for cultural appropriation and erasure. See, a lot of these minority groups, they participated in a lot of the erasure and appropriation of our culture. Just like when we're doing with the hip hop thing. We're still we've the hip hop thing, we got that sold up. We stopped them from co-opting that because like I said, what they were trying to do with hip hop is do the whole we started at 50-50. And if we went along with that, they were just going to go and say, well, they started it and then we got it from them. That was the whole narrative. That was the whole purpose of them doing that. And they do that with all of the cultures that we create because a lot of these folks do not have no culture. So they latch on to our culture to dilute it and then appropriate it and then erase us from it. You see? And when we're saying, hey, we're delineating, we don't allow that to happen. Now they don't know what to do. Another reason why a lot of these groups have been historically against us because they like the model minority narrative. The white supremacists will kind of elevate them and make them the token model minority, and that's something that's assigned to them. They're positioned as the model minority, in contrast to the stereotypical portrayals of foundational Black Americans. That's why you always notice the tether class and some of the others, they always compare their, um, if I could say, high class, quote unquote, or their best and brightest to our dustiest and hood radish. They'll find the dustiest hood rat or somebody homeless over here to compare the Ghana president to. You know what I'm saying? But no, no, no. Don't compare some of the dusties to your elite, because hell, some of those people who you think are dusty, they probably got more money than everybody in your damn village. You see, they like to play that game. But when we start pointing out the shanty towns and the barbecue zebra legs and the bush meat and the sewer rivers and all of that, oh no, you got you guys are xenophobic. But then they come over here and start blogs talking about Sexy Red and every other degenerate rapper. You see, so that they can prop themselves up as the model minority. That's that whole model minority thing. And we got to understand another thing too. They come over here with that janky stuff with us that's already divisive because they have divisiveness and anti-black racism within their own groups. They have ethnic tribalism within their own nation states, especially in those Latin countries. Yeah, they treat the black people down there like trash. So they want to bring that same anti-black racism here and then wonder why we ain't putting the cape on. You see? And another thing is political opportunism. See, a lot of these minority groups, they've leveraged the struggle and successes of foundational Black Americans to advance their own agendas while sidelining us in the process. Like these immigration policies, affirmative action, diversity programs, they primarily benefit non-FBAs disproportionately. Even though all of these initiatives, they were spearheaded by foundational Black Americans to address our own historic injustice. You see? And I want y'all to really understand that part of the game. A lot of stuff that we fought for, all of these programs were spearheaded by us. And these people are eating off of it. That's why they have a real problem with us delineating, because now the gravy train is over. You understand what I'm saying? And with these DEI programs being tossed out, you notice a lot of foundational Black Americans ain't tripping. The only people making Black folks making noise are tethers and the Al Sharpton Boule Democrat Shield groups who get paid by the Democrats to kind of act as the mouthpieces of foundational Black Americans, which they are not. These old Negroes do not represent us running around Costco and all that bullshit. They got a whole bunch of the elderly running around Costco with their dentures falling out, trying to make a statement. That ain't got nothing to do with the Black grassroots. We ain't on none of that. Those DEI programs can get the hell on. We can get all of them DEI programs the hell out of here. We don't benefit from them. You had Roland on his show. You stupid fools. They gonna get rid of the DEI. And that's, you know what that means, what y'all dumbass? That means y'all ain't gonna get no federal contracts for Black people. And we pointed out many of those federal contracts, we only get 3 or 4% of those already. That's crumbs. From those DEI programs, we only get 3 or 4% of them damn contracts now. Them DEI programs have been in place for a while. We don't get nothing from that. So yeah, scrap it. Scrap all of that. And let's start making things lineage based. So I like what Trump is saying. Trump is talking lineage talk. So yeah, a lot of the tether class, they're getting upset because number one, we ain't mad at Trump like they want us to be. And number two, their cousins are getting targeted. Now some of the people are getting targeted. Yeah. So now they think they're going to try to shame us for getting on the bandwagon. No, no, y'all not going to get us on the bandwagon on the sinking ship of the Democrats. The Democrats are done. Let Trump create a lineage-based policy for foundational Black Americans. The Democrats are done. Do you understand? That would be the smartest thing for Trump to do. He put together a lineage-based program for foundational Black Americans that will cripple the damn Democrats for the next 50 years. You understand? Just like when Lyndon B. Johnson, when he put the Civil Rights Act together, that really got Black people voting Democrat. He said, I'm gonna put this together. I'm gonna have these Negroes voting Democrat for the next 100 years, something like that. And he was right. You put together a good policy, man. Your people will rock with you. We get real loyal, and which is cool, whatever. But yeah, if he puts out a policy that's lineage based, it's a wrap for the Democrats because the Democrats have been doing nothing but benign neglect against foundational Black Americans. And the Democrats don't have no clear sign of a win in the future. They're not looking good. Who's the successor in the Democratic Party? Who are they going to have run next? Who are they getting prepared to run in the next election? This is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Now, let me get some calls in here because we do have a lot of people in the building. Let me see. I got Brother Solon. Let me get Solon. Then we'll get Anubis in the building. Then we'll get MJ Phillips in the building. Then we'll get Ask Ochi in the building. We're gonna get a lot of folks up in here. So let's get where's Solon? Solon, hop in, brother. Solon, hop in. Okay, Solon. Oh, can't hear you, brother. Okay, Solon, can y'all hear? I can't hear him. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if something's happened with your phone. Let me get somebody else because I can't hear you, brother. Let me see. Let's get Anubis.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Anubis? How are you?
I'm doing good. Actually, matter of fact, I want to ask you a quick question about your mic check DVDs and selling it over here in Asia, specifically Japan.
Yes.
So, do you need translations, or do you need promotion, or do you need like both? What's up?
Both. We need to chop it up. I was chopping it up with one of our other partners over there who's in Japan. I'm trying to figure out what we can do to get it over there. But yeah, how long you been over there, by the way?
I've been over here for about 10 years.
Okay. Yeah, man, let's
Yeah,
chop
I
it
got
up.
a lot of.
If you got
Oh,
connections over there, man, let's hook up and make it happen. And let me unfollow you. Hold on one second. Oh, I'm following you already.
you already follow me, bro.
Okay,
Follow
yeah.
me.
Hit me in the DM, man, so we can chop it
Can you
up.
hear
And
me?
yeah, can you hear me?
Hold on, wait. Hey,
Okay.
brother Tariq.
Yeah, can you hear me? I can't hear. Okay.
Okay, hold on, give me a second.
Okay. Just hit me. Anubis, send me a DM, man. Just send me a DM and we'll figure it out. We'll get it together. Let's get let me get this lady here with the United Amara. United
Hi,
Amara.
Tariq. Hi, everyone.
Hey, how
What's
are
up?
you, Amara?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What's on your mind, dude?
So, I have two questions for you. Number
Yes.
one, with this 14th Amendment, do you think Trump will give you reparations you've been asking for?
Well, we'll see because it's sounding real good so far, but what we want reparations or some type of lineage based policy. And Trump seems like he's pretty open to some lineage based policies. So we're liking the direction he's leaning in. Now, what's your other question?
My other question is that when he's talking about immigrations and deportation, do you think he's talking about the European immigration as well?
I don't know because I don't think a lot of them come over illegally because Europe is kind of far. So a lot of these people they come over through South America or the Caribbean, which is relatively close. So that's where a lot of the illegal immigration's coming in. You don't have, to get a person, you're not really going to come over here from England illegally because you got to get on planes and You got to get on a ship or whatever. Ain't nobody doing all that.
Yeah,
So,
I ask that because I know some people from South Africa that are white and they are in America. They were, I don't know anymore because I'm not there, but they were like illegal immigrants.
how did they become illegal immigrants from South Africa?
Exactly. I was asking to get some information, but they wouldn't give up the information.
Mm. Well, that's interesting. And yeah, if they'll probably get them too if they, and what they're really looking for, they're looking for people who come over and they're illegal immigrants. And I think they're prioritizing the people who are getting criminal records. They're finding people who have done crimes and they're getting them out of here, especially some of the gangs and all of that. Now, your people, y'all from East Africa, are your people safe? Are your people being targeted right now?
I don't really have any close relatives down there in America, but the ones that I know, they own their own business and they're legally there. So no one that I know
Oh, okay.
is in
So are you're in the UK right now, right?
Norway.
Oh, you're in Norway. Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Amira. I appreciate you. Thank you, dear. All right, let's get Ask Ochi. Ask Ochi in the building. Ochi or Achi? All right. You want to unmute your microphone? And while we're waiting on Ask Achi, let's get let me see. Let's get Kushite. Let's get Kushite in the building. And then we'll get Giovanni. He's making some thumbs down gestures. So let's see what's going on with Giovanni. All right. Kushite Queen.
Hey, Tariq. Good evening. How are you? Well, it's evening where I'm at. Good morning.
Yes, indeed. How are you, dear?
I'm good. I just wanted to speak to the topic right quick as far as the 14th Amendment. Something that I haven't heard anybody speaking to is the fact that the 14th Amendment, when people are saying that it allegedly covers all people that were born into the United States, if that were factually accurate, why do we have the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924, where Native Americans were given citizenship in 1924? So the 14th Amendment didn't even cover Native Americans. So when people are making that statement, it's a false statement. So all these other people that are getting citizenship, the 14th Amendment is not for everybody because it wasn't even for Native Americans. So I just wanted to say that.
Okay. Interesting point. Thank you, beloved. Um, Ask Ochi. You good, man? Let me get you out the mix. All right. Ask Ochi ain't saying nothing. So let me get Mercury in the building. Mercury in the building.
What's up, Rick? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mercury.
What's going on, bro? I was just calling, man, from Detroit, man. Just wanted to touch up on a few things that I noticed since we've been talking about the whole deportation thing. You notice, man, that a lot of black people, not all black people, but some of them, when they be like, "You're next, FBA. Why you all celebrating? You guys are next," and it's like, you talking about yourself too. What the heck? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that whole
Like,
you're next narrative. But like I said earlier, we're not next for anything. And they try to use these scare tactics.
Hello.
Yeah. Hold on, Giovanni. Hold on, Giovanni. They use these scare tactics to get us to jump on board, to jump in front of the sword for them, which we're not going to do. And these weird threats, like if we don't help them, when they attack us, they ain't gonna help us. Number one, when have been attacked, ain't nobody helped us. They told us to kick rocks. Number two, they ain't gonna do nothing to us. We ain't about to get deported. We're not immigrants. People are pissed off that we are fully aware as foundational Black Americans that we are not immigrants. And that pisses a lot of people off, meaning that these things cannot target us. They cannot affect us. That's why they keep trying to drag us in somehow. And it ain't working. Let me get Professor Alan in the building.
Hey, what's going on, brother Tariq? I just want to address the issue with the 14th Amendment. I actually teach two sections of this stuff, and We're going over that in a couple weeks, and I just want to put things in context because I'm watching politicians take it out of context and make the 14th Amendment about other things. Let's look at the time frame. So, in 1857, there was a Dred Scott versus Sanford decision that basically Dred Scott was asserting, saying that I'm human and treat me like just like white people, and the court said no. So the reason why I brought that up is the 14th Amendment was created to guarantee equal rights in with respect to the Dred Scott decision. So given that fact, in my pro se opinion, the 14th Amendment, it's fair to say the 14th Amendment was created for American freedmen. It belongs to us. With that in mind, the Section 1 of the 14th Amendment says all persons, quote, all persons born or naturalized in the United States. Stop right there. All persons, in my opinion, deal with the Dred Scott's case, which means all freedmen. So the move that Donald Trump made as the chief officer of the executive office as president was a really brilliant chess move to eliminate birthright citizenship. I want to let people know that an Article 3 judge countered it with a TRO, a temporary restraining order, and that's just exactly what it is. It's temporary until it goes on judicial review. So hopefully it makes it to the Supreme Court, and if it does, what do y'all think is going to happen? Um, Given the fact that most of the Supreme Court justices were put on by Trump,
Right?
I'm leaning that they're going to agree with Trump, and if they do, the 14th Amendment belongs to us. I'll land my plane.
Be much. Yeah. Yeah. Now folks are crying foul now because we have prioritized ourselves. We have prioritized our lineage. And folks want to come out here with the shaming tactics, and it's just not going to work. Let's get UNet.
Hey, Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good, UNet. How are you, brother?
All right, I spoke to you the other day. I sent you a couple of stuff about the DNA they found about Aboriginal people in North and South America with that I forgot that archaeologist on Joe Rogan podcast. I don't know if you ever get a chance to watch it or something.
Okay, I didn't get your emails or whatever. I didn't get them yet.
I'll try to resend it. But also, I wanted to just touch up on a couple of things you mentioned earlier that I liked. A lot of the stuff that you speak about regarding the delineation with Africans versus FBAs. I mean, you're doing the right thing, mostly because I can't speak for all, but most that I encountered even in the workplace. And I mean, I worked for a big trucking company in Georgia for years, for about 15, 20 years. And we're 55 drivers handling the Southeast regional location. I just don't want to be specific as far as the company is concerned, but it's a major coffee distributing company. So all 55 drivers, with the exception of 2, were all black. And then with the exception of 3, were all FBAs. Myself, I'm from Ethiopia. There were 2 Ghanaians, 1 guy from Sierra Leone. So anytime we attempted to either get a pay raise, because we making 100,000 plus, but as the workload increased, we always try to go to management, ask for more money. We always got sabotaged by the couple of Africans that were in there who didn't want to be part with us. Also, the Africans usually, especially the Ghanaian guys, always have this thing where they go to management and they try to encourage management into, hey, you need to hire more Africans. Mind you, now they're working alongside 50 strong FBAs that are doing manual labor, offloading product by hand. And I know you've seen food service companies around LA.
Yeah.
Everything is offloaded by hand. So these guys are out there running their mouth about FBAs being lazy while working alongside FBAs. And I'll tell you, the food service is mostly, predominantly across the country, all the FBAs.
Mm.
But these guys are here, of course, to replace, to always talk down upon, and always saying something negative about it. So whatever you've been speaking the last few years is 100% accurate. And the hatred, I just don't understand. And myself included, I got disowned by my own relatives here in Atlanta, specifically because I married an FBA woman.
Mm.
They told me that I'm not part of the family anymore
I,
because I've been married to an FBA woman for the last 20 years, raised 2 wonderful sons, but I have no contact with my family because it's a cultural thing. For some, I don't understand what it is, but Where they can come tell you all these lies about we all together, Pan-Africanism, that stuff does not exist.
Right.
There's actual hatred. There's actual like dislike, even because I think it's jealousy for the most part, because there's not corner on the planet that FBA culture is not promoted. There's no corner on on the entire planet that FBA is not loved. I sent you a bunch of videos in multiple places around the world, even obscure places, where if it's not FBA culture, FBA music, FBA styles, it's not copied. So that creates a lot of jealousy. I don't understand why Africans, instead of hating, they can actually collaborate. Instead of giving away all this wealth to the Chinese and other countries, they can actually create a trading route with FBAs and thrive as a people. But, I think they just close-minded and just jealous and backward mentality, and like the tribalism you speak of, it exists. They come over here, they still bring that crap over here with them. The lady that called earlier, just the fact that she put Amhara in her name, just kind of tells you that she just cannot let go, and most Ethiopians, most Africans cannot let go of that tribalism. While
Mm,
they look like each other, they speak the same language amongst each other, I just don't get it. I don't understand this crap. So, hey, whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it. And one last thing before I get off, just keep pushing that lineage thing instead of people trying to trap you into that you are the leader of a group thing. That's what I worry about for you, because anytime somebody bring up a group that doesn't exist, and I speak to you and I listen to you because of my sons, because they are FBA. So you bringing up the subject and you talking and speaking about it, which I make my sons listen to you as much as possible, so they'll remember this is not a group, it's not an organization. In the past, every leader, every person even spoke about black liberation or black advancement was taken down because it was identified as a group. So
mm,
whatever you're doing, just be careful. Don't let them trap you, even in a conversation or any of these things that you speak of, into putting you as some kind of stupid organization. Because I hear it every day. Everybody that calls you want to start some problems with you, always want to identify with this FBA group. I don't get it. It's
mm.
not a group. It's a lineage, and it should continue to be like that. So keep doing what you're doing, brother. I really admire you. I've been listening to you for years. Me and my fellow truck drivers, you kept us on the road, entertained, and also, educated. So
Oh,
keep doing what you're doing.
appreciate it, brother. Oh yeah, when y'all hear people talk that it's a group shit, that's some fed stuff. That's straight up feds. You got a lot of these feds out here trying to reframe the narrative, because now way too many people identify as foundational Black Americans, and that's them trying to gain control on it. But you can't. Too many people identify with it now in a positive way. We're looking at our lineage in a positive way. So a lot of these alphabet boys and ops are trying to reframe the narrative, which they cannot do.
You've heard the buzz, you've seen the media stories. Now experience the truth for yourself. Microphone Check, the critically acclaimed documentary uncovering the true origins of hip-hop. Available now on Blu-ray and streaming on Amazon Prime. Visit microphonecheck.com to learn more and get your copy today. Microphone Check, the story hip-hop was waiting for.